Before I opened my home daycare, I thought I had every box checked, including this one. What I didn't realize was that ignoring this single area would almost put me in the hospital. I never imagined that such a noble, rewarding line of work could actually become hazardous if this one thing wasn't under control. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. This is part 5 of my 5 things I wish I knew before opening my home daycare. Today, we're talking about something that doesn't get discussed enough: work life balance, the hidden hazards of this business, and how to avoid burnout so you can truly enjoy the rewards of home daycare ownership. In this video, I'm going to share why this information is crucial for home daycare owners, what this looked like in my life, and my top 3 ways I finally created balance. Whether you're just getting started or you've been in business for years, stick with me until the very end because learning this sooner rather than later can save your health, your family time, and your business. So let's talk about the hazard. Hands down, my number one hazard of running a home daycare business is stress. Stress from being a childcare provider, stress from being self employed, and stress from operating a business in your personal home that is open to the public. But now here's how the stress showed up for me as a childcare provider: maintaining regulatory compliance, constant supervision and responsibility, and defining boundaries with families. Now, as a someone who's self-employed, these stresses showed up in financial instability, wearing too many hats every single day, and as someone running a business from home, it was loss of privacy and increased liability and risk. So you might ask, what's the big deal? Well, individually, these can be managed, but together they can become overwhelming fast. At the end of this video, be sure to click on the link below to receive your checklist to help you identify what is needed to open your home daycare. Now, let's get into tip number 1: define your finances and protect them. So, here's what that looked like for me. I had to determine my actual financial needs, where and when, and work backwards. I asked myself, how many children can I realistically care for? What type of care am I offering? How many hours can I provide care without burning out? Those were just a few. And when I first started, I was providing 10 hours of care a day. Eventually, I realized that there was a different type of childcare that would work better for me. So I transitioned to 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. And let me tell you, these decisions changed everything. But remember, everyone's different, so evaluate your personal circumstances. I also increased my revenue. I did this by offering additional services that didn't require more time. I also paid myself weekly as if I were an employee. So be sure to check with your personal accountant and tax advisor. This is not financial advice, just sharing what worked for me. I also reviewed my insurance coverage regularly just to make sure it was the best coverage for me as my business progressed. I also conducted thorough family interviews, which later led to a referral based enrollment. So, here's some important things that you should know. According to the Stress and American Survey, between 62 and 75% of US adults reported stress in 2025. So, you might be thinking, Denise, everybody is stressed. What's the point? Well, the point is this: unchecked stress becomes chronic stress, and chronic stress leads to serious health consequences. I learned this the hard way. I was opening early, closing late, going to bed exhausted, and starting all over again the next day. I wasn't present for my family, and I definitely wasn't taking care of myself. This leads me to tip number 2: create a clear line of demarcation between work and home. This is very critical. For me, what did that mean? That meant setting firm hours of operation and sticking to them. I turned off my work phone after hours and I defined off limit areas of my home. So when work was over, I literally closed the curtain to my daycare space. Eventually, we added a room to the back of our home and then I just closed the door. That was the end of my workday. Sometimes after work, it was necessary for me to leave the house. And I also had to plan this time regularly. And yes, sometimes I planned time just for me. I also created clear communications for my parents in their policy handbook. I posted them so that the expectations were visible and they easily understood them. I also had to enforce pickup and drop off times. I had to, as much as it was frustrating, I had to require late fees to be paid before the child could return. Unfortunately, sometimes you'll have those parents that say, "Oh, I promise to bring it tomorrow," and then tomorrow turns into the next day, the next day. You know how that goes. But here's something many people don't realize. Some stress, including that stress, late payments, late pickups, that actually builds up over time. So here's an important fact to know. Medical research shows that short-term stress can improve our focus and performance. But here's the problem. Constant day in and day out stress, that's what leads to high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, and burnout. This brings me to tip number 3, which is work smart, not hard. So, how did I do this? I created schedules, systems, templates, routines, and even had a define when, where, how often, and how this needed to be done. This reduced decision fatigue and it kept me compliant without running myself into the ground. I also delegated. How? Well, I had supplies delivered. I used my professional team, like my accountant and tax advisor. I worked with volunteers and interns. Make sure you watch my videos on free stuff and also how to create policies, procedures, as well as how to create systems. In addition, I even bartered some services when appropriate. So let me be clear about something. If your personality is to operate at 100% all the time, that is simply not sustainable. You are human, and there will be a breaking point without a balance. So, what's the point? I'm sharing this because work life balance is just as important as licensing compliance and full enrollment. It is not optional. Work life balance is an art, it's a system, and it's a necessity. It reduces burnout, protects your health, and allows you to enjoy the many rewards of owning a successful home daycare. Give these tips a try and see how they will improve your life and your business. If you haven't already watched parts 1 through 4 of the series, click the link to watch 5 Things I Wish I Knew before opening my daycare. Remember, be the person who makes a difference. Start a home daycare business and reap the many rewards. My name is Denise. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment below on things that you would like to see in my next video. Thanks for watching.